bye, 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 bye.
I know I'm a grifter, strong man. You could lick your hand and smack me in the nutsack. Thank God for Tesla, my Esla, and you, strong man.
Ooh, boy. Is this going to be a controversial video? Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. My name is Christopher Belli. I'm a certified CPA accountant. I'm a fake boglehead investor. I'm author of the book Stop Being a Broke Loser. It's on Amazon. And I want to address a constant criticism that I hear of investing some of your money in Chinese stocks. Now, if y'all didn't know this, I have 95% of my money in the Vanguard Total World Stock Market Index ETF, which includes Chinese stocks. It's about 3% of it. And then I have about 4 or 5% of my portfolio in Alibaba stock. Now, people give me a lot of crap because Alibaba went down. They say, oh, it's a bad stock. It went down. But I also hear this criticism all the time of China, the CCP, being an evil, disgusting communist nation. Now, number one, I've already made this argument. I don't think China is a communist country. Does a ruling party call itself the CCP? Yes, it does. The Chinese Communist Party. Is it actually communist at the substance of the country? No, I don't think it is. But we're not going to talk about that today. What we're also going to talk about is people say you shouldn't invest in Chinese stocks because the Chinese government has done evil things. Well, I don't dispute that. You know, I'm not China. There's been some terrible stuff that's happened in China, and there still are terrible things that are going on there. And I don't endorse what goes on, you know, especially with the people out in the west part of the country, if you know what I'm talking about. We'll get to that in a second. There's some terrible things going on. There's suppression of independent thought. You can't criticize the CCP. There's a lot of terrible stuff. It's not you're not free in that country, okay? And I don't want to freaking live there. I can tell you that. I'd rather stay in the United States. But it really bothers me when somebody says you can't invest in a Chinese stock like Alibaba, which is an e-commerce platform, because the government of the country has done some bad things. Now, let's go read about ESG, environmental, social, and governance. And then we're going to talk a little bit about how evil the U.S. is. And I love America, but no country's freaking perfect. And I'm going to convince you can't buy U.S. stocks because our government has done evil things. And you're going to see how stupid the whole idea of, oh, I can't invest in companies in this country because the country's government, not the company or the people, the government did something bad. It's so stupid. But you know what? Whatever it takes you to justify your stupid opinions, okay? So first, let's read about ESG. So ESG, you know, it's got a little dash of communism, socialism in there. ESG criteria allow investors insight into a company's adherence to ethical practices. And remember, these ethical practices are generally skewed to left-leaning beliefs, okay? Environmental. A company's impact on the environment and its ability to mitigate various risks. Carbon footprint, blah, 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 blah. Treatment of animals. Social factors. Assesses a company's relationships with other business, its standing in the local community, its commitment to diversity, we're not going to go down that road, and inclusion among its workforce and board of directors, its charitable contributions, and whether it is noted for employee policies that foster health and safety. Now, one thing you're going to notice about this is it's all very subjective, okay? Like, what is the definition of diversity? You know, should we hire people to a company's board in relation to their, you know, demographics? Like, if 10% of the population is African-American, should we have 10% of the board be African-American? Or what if it's 11%? Is that too much? Like, the whole diversity thing, I think it's a little crazy, personally. But we're not going to go into too much detail on that. But a lot of this stuff is freaking arbitrary BS, and it's insanely biased. And I knew this was all complete and utter BS when they removed Tesla. I remember this was like a story a couple months ago. They removed Tesla from the ESG list or some kind of ESG index because, I don't know, some employees said there was racism. I was like, okay, I'm not saying that's good, but you're going to remove Tesla from the ESG. Even I admit, I mean, Tesla isn't like the most amazing thing in the world, but they are moving the world into a better direction. They're kind of the vanguard of the electric vehicle, which at some point I think will mitigate fossil fuel consumption. And, oh, we got to remove Tesla because they aren't liberal according to our specific ideas. So, and then you have corporate governance, blah, 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 blah. Now, like I said, this stuff is very arbitrary. And if you invest based on ESG, you're probably going to be investing in a bunch of, dare I say, bubbles, okay? Think about it. Before Tesla was removed, if you bought an ESG fund, you're probably investing in Tesla. You're probably investing in Target. They're very liberal. You're probably investing in Tattooed Chef. They're very vegan and they don't hurt animals. It's a very exclusionary index. It's a very exclusionary thing. And what it's going to do is probably make you invest in more, shall I say, speculative companies that are more left-leaning and have beautiful missions. Like Oatly. Oh, cows cause emissions, and cow farts are ruining the environment. So we're going to invest in Oatly because this other milk producer isn't liberal enough. And you go ahead and buy Oatly, which is highly unprofitable communist trash. And they even claim in their company they don't care about profits. I mean, that's what happens when you invest in ESG. Now, when it comes to China, the main thing, and I'm not going to say the words, is what's going on with a certain demographic in the country being locked away in certain facilities. And I don't think it's a good thing, okay? But you cannot say that I can't buy or somebody can't buy a e-commerce private company in the country because the government is doing something that isn't good. It doesn't match, okay? Investing is about making money. And if you want to go ahead and invest because you're a stupid liberal, I want to be a good person, be prepared to underperform the market, okay? If you buy a broadly diversified index fund, you're going to have good companies, which, by the way, they all want to make profits, and bad companies. And most ESG things are just marketing to make people feel like good things are happening. I bet you most companies are in the ESG index. They probably have, poor people working in sweatshops, around the globe producing the products for the company. But, we're good and liberal because we put, some more diversity on our board. But what they're actually doing is really not that great, okay? So while this isn't good, it's freaking stupid to say, you know what Xi Jinping did? Xi Jinping did? He did this, and the government did this, blah, blah, blah. What does that have to do with Alibaba? Okay, yeah, now there are other risks to investing in Alibaba or JD. I'm not saying there aren't, but to say, the Chinese government's evil, they do this to these people. Okay, well, I mean, America's evil too. Let's talk about that. I mean, you can't, if you buy U.S. stocks, ladies and gentlemen, you're a bad person, okay? You're a bad person because if you buy Walmart stock or you buy Amazon, you're basically complicit in some of the things the U.S. government has done, okay? Let's go look. The invasion of Iraq, kind of a pointless war. I mean, there was a reason that we invaded Iraq, but our intelligence was bad. We thought they had WMDs, and they didn't. So, we invade the country, freedom, whatever. And at the end of the war, between 184,000 and 207,000 Iraqi civilians died, okay? And I'm sure it wasn't, we weren't going in there and targeting civilians, okay? But that's what happens when you invade a country and you have a war in a country that tears itself apart. A lot of people freaking die. You see what the government did? You can't buy Walmart. You can't buy Target. Oh my, no. This is what the government invaded Iraq and people died. Oh my God. Let me go ahead and look at the Trail of Tears, okay? Remember the Trail of Tears? The U.S. government forcibly removed a bunch of tribes and shipped them over to Oklahoma hundreds of years ago. You look at this. You can't buy U.S. stocks. That's a U.S. soldier right there. See? U.S. stocks are bad. If you buy Alibaba or Amazon, you basically support America, which is like this. Yeah. And then, of course, the big one. Slavery in the United States. There was slavery in the U.S. Oh, my God. We cannot invest in U.S. stocks. Otherwise, you endorse the racist past of the United States, ladies and gentlemen. It's so stupid. Stop. Okay? If you don't like the stock, just say you don't like the risks. I don't trust the government. Okay? Okay, I understand that. I think there's going to be a delisting. Okay, I get it. I get it. I think the Chinese economy is peaked out. There's going to be a real estate collapse. Okay, I get it. I get it. You don't have to buy Chinese stocks. It's 5% of my portfolio. But don't sit there and be, oh, well, you know what the government did? So if the government did this, then you can't buy private companies in the country. So stupid. Let's read the comments. Oh, a strongman defends Chinese people. Anyone says China's uninvestable, they have to sell all U.S. stocks. It's like us never done evil things like the fascist COVID jail time for me. I mean, like no country's. I'm not supporting what China does, but I'm just saying it's stupid to like take these moral stance. Like I'm not buying these stocks because the government did this. It's ridiculous. Got to say you're right. I was wrong about Sven Carlin. Of course I was right. He sold all his position as acting hellish. Yeah, he's a scammer. Pay me money, bro. ESG is soy boy liberals who go, woo! Guys, don't buy ESG. It's stupid. Strongman, check Fabio's Discord. I found a Reddit post you would like about Count Schfinn. Ooh, maybe I'll do a little attack on Schfinn. So is your bestie Meet Kevin leaving YouTube? He'll be back. That's all I'm going to say. Like, should I make a dedicated video? Oh, Kevin's leaving YouTube. Oh, my God. It's old. Ray Dalio sold his BABA position a day before the audit deal. Oh, so the deal isn't official. It's not. It's like in the works. Basically, the whole point was, we've come closer to a deal than we ever have before. Does Chris cut his own hair? I do, as a matter of fact. We didn't think they had WMDs. They said they thought it, but they didn't. Well, there's all these conspiracies about the war. Oh, Bush just wanted to finish the job his dad didn't do. I think part of the reason was we thought they were WMDs. With the dollar strengths, it will absolutely impact emerging markets. Maybe. I don't concern myself. Soy boys are clowns. Oh, here's our hero here. You've been at 7K subs for a few months now. Here's to hoping you get to 8K before the end of the year. Reach out to me if you want some advice on how to improve your struggling channel. Thank you, Scott. I think a monetary donation would help me out. Well, I guess I could steal other people's ideas, and just claim I'm a genius. Please mock Chris Sane and Keenan Grace more. I'm actually going to do a video. I'm getting tired of a lot of this stuff, okay? I'm going to start going a different way in this channel. I am all in on BABA. If it drops again, I will double my position. Ooh. Best of luck to you, buddy. I see a Beyond Meat ad banner. Click it, please. Please click the Beyond Meat ad banner just so we can charge Beyond Meat and then don't buy the product. All right, guys, that's it. If you want to be ESG amazing, you go ahead and do that. But I think it's personally stupid. What if one of those Chinese atrocities includes screwing investors? No, there's legitimate reasons not to invest in Chinese stocks. Like, I get it. I get it. I'm not saying you're stupid if you don't invest, but some of the reasons I hear are just ridiculous, okay? Did you react to me, Kevin's DUI stop? No. Whatever. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Controversial, huh? And you guys have a wonderful day. Cheers!